It's the only person below White Holiday in the ComicsGate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by our special guest, Alex. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to see. Let's see. This is your very first time on the channel. Oh, I wanted to find out what's it. You guys are in the UK. What's the weather like out there right now?
It's cold. It's not snowing anymore. It's been snowing for a few days.
Really?
But yeah. How about there?
How high does the snow get out there?
No, not much. Not much, but it's snowed a decent amount over, let's say, 3 or 4 days, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It just stopped.
There's still some snow lingering in the streets and stuff, but yeah, nothing much.
Is it really enough to like build up a layer of inches, or does it
a small layer? A small layer, yes, there is, yeah.
Excuse me.
But it is a small layer.
Do you guys ever have to deal with stuff like black ice?
What's that?
That's where like you have these patches on the roads, and there's slicks of ice, and if you don't see it, which is they're easy to miss, but
Right.
It can make your car it loses its traction.
Wow.
And you can
I mean, I don't drive, so I wouldn't have to deal with something like that anyway. But I don't think it's a major problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really chilly these days now that we're in winter. We do have some nice sunshine out today. It's great. I really like that. Now, what is excuse me. I wanted to find out if you take a moment to share with us kind of your origin story. Like, how were you raised? What kind of pop culture or influences were you into? Do you eventually go into any formal education before getting into excuse me, before eventually getting to the point at which you're doing your own crowdfunded comic?
So I'm Italian. I moved to the UK about 7 years ago, and I'm 25. And I studied art in college in Italy, but I didn't finish. I didn't finish the course. I wanted to move here as quickly as possible, and then I sort of diverged into doing other things. Just trying to survive, working as a waiter, all kinds of jobs, anything that I could do to sustain myself, be independent. And then at some point, I kind of wondered what the hell I was doing with my life, and I went back to something that I was doing originally, but it sort of evolved into writing because I realized that as much as I enjoy drawing a thing or two here and there, creating characters and stuff, drawing a comic book is an entirely different thing. And I'm not going to be so full of myself to say, sure, I can do it. I can't do it. There's people out there who are willing to do something like that, and, props to them. But I can't do it. And I know I can't. I just don't have that kind of patience. So I hired a team of extraordinary people, an awesome artist, an awesome colorist, and an awesome letter who also does other things for me, designs logos, helps me with. We are designing trading cards for the upcoming campaign. Helps me with all kinds of. He's gonna help me out create sort of the images that will be the tier images for people to see what they're gonna get. So that's the sort of like the path. And culturally speaking, comics wise, I started reading comics when I was, I don't know, 8, 9, something like
Mhm.
that. I was reading Italian comics. Italian. There's a comic called Diabolic about a thief. Very golden age type comic. Yes, and like in the style of Tex and Dylan Dog. Dylan Dog is another Italian comic book about a British detective that investigates the occult and supernatural. I was reading Mickey Mouse comic books, and I was reading some manga, anime like Dragon Ball, Naruto, all kinds of, One Piece, the most popular ones, were a huge influence on me as I was growing up. I sort of missed the Batman, the animated series, Justice League, the animated series, because of what they were broadcasting on my TV, on my channels at that time. I grew up with mostly, anime. Yeah. So, and then as I grew up a little bit, my taste in comic books sharpened a bit. It's become a little more specific and nuanced, if you will. And I'm a big fan of Sandman. I got into the Sandman quite a bit, and Columns of Creation, which is my comic book, is quite heavily influenced by the Sandman. So if you enjoyed the Sandman or Neil Gaiman's work, his work, not necessarily anything else that he says or does, then you'll probably enjoy Columns of Creation.
Very cool. Excuse me. Very cool. Welcome, Yotam Darkstar. Hail to all. And welcome, Bristolian Dave. Hail. Good to
Hey,
have
man.
you. Alejandra's comic looks really good. Nice.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
Love Sandman.
Yeah. Sandman is great.
Very sweet.
So, did you want me to share my screen or anything like that?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I'm just going to my website.
All right.
And let's see.
Everyone get on the pre-launch sign-up list.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. So that's the pre-launch page, and like it says there, if you sign up to the pre-launch page, you get a Paradox trading card. Now, Paradox is the villain of this comic book, of this first arc of the story.
Oh, all right.
Yes, there are 2 arcs. The first arc is, so volume 1 is the first half of the first arc. Making comic books by crowdfunding is expensive if you have a team, and because of shipping as well. If money was not an issue, I would put out the entire thing at once. But you need to sort of break it down so that you can make it more affordable for the creator to make, and for the backers to buy it. So, yeah.
So this is Columns of Creation Down to Earth, Volume 1. Character-driven,
right.
branded superhero tale with beautiful art and colors.
That's right.
Sign up now to get an exclusive Paradox trading card. And you mentioned that this Paradox is the villain in the story.
That's right. Yeah.
The best looking comic coming to Indiegogo in 2021. Columns of Creation, Down to Earth is a fantasy comic about the arrival of the elements of nature. They seek a life of humble beginnings here on our little blue planet, but things get dicey when Paradox, the embodiment of black holes, seeks the destruction of mankind. Can our heroes stop him? This is really an interesting concept. I don't think it's ever been approached like this before. Coming soon, Indiegogo, soon, very soon. Columns of Creation Down to Earth will be released right here on the best crowdfunding platform there is. So make sure you sign up to our newsletter to be notified. Cool. Yeah, some nice work.
Thank you.
New York cityscape.
Yeah.
Man, you know,
great.
Something about the Statue of Liberty. I actually had a chance to finally go to New York like a year ago, and I went on one of those boats that takes you out, touristy stuff. And when we saw the Statue of Liberty, I thought she looked so much shorter and smaller than I thought than I ever imagined.
Right.
The very same thing happened when I went to Abraham Lincoln's memorial in Washington, D.C. It seems so much, it looks so much larger I get that it looks so much bigger on like television or in movies than when you see it up front. I mean, they're really awesome. They're awesome to behold, but one of the first things that comes to my mind is, wow, that's kind of short.
So can you enter the head? Is there like a thingy in the head?
I don't know if they closed it down due to COVID. I didn't actually stop on the island,
right?
Yeah, or try to ascend the staircase. I'm not sure, but there might even be an elevator now. But I think it's definitely a staircase, and you're supposed to be able to go up there. But due to the pandemic and whatnot, they probably closed it off.
Right. So I was wondering if you could be so kind to go on my Instagram, because I'm using my partner's computer, and so I don't really remember my password for Instagram, basically. So I can't get in my Instagram through here and show you the wonderful art pieces that will go in the trading cards from here.
Oh, all right. Just a moment.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's see here. Oops. What is this going to take me to? Oh, all right. That's okay. And then
it's at Alejandro, A-L-E, Alejandro, just without a J, just normal. A-L-E. So A-L-E A-N-D-R-O _ V-S. That's right. That's the one at the top right there. Yeah.
Alejandro.
That's right. So I'm doing. We're doing some rebranding. I thought since there would be more stories coming out of this team, I should create a name for us, and it's INKFINITY Comics. So if you scroll down just a little bit, there you go. The first image on the top left, that's Paradox. That's what you're gonna get on the trading card if you back this project, and it's exclusive to the people who sign up to the pre-launch page. Nobody else is gonna get this card until after the campaign. Maybe after the campaign, I might put them on sale somewhere, but it's all relative. Anyway, you would have this card before anyone else, if not exclusively. And yeah, what do you think? Do you like him?
Yeah, looks pretty cool. I like the art style and stuff.
Yeah. So I didn't quite know what he would look like in my head. It was the only character that I couldn't quite come up with. So I just gave my artist some ideas. I sent him some images, things that I saw on Instagram, concepts, and so that's what we came up with. Yeah. So
it represents black holes or different stuff, right?
Yes, that's right. And if you exit this image, that you'll see the other images on this on the feed. These are the columns of creation, which are the elements of nature. This devilish guy here, this dark. All right, I sort of like I added a couple of elements. You have dark, the embodiment of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you have that's the new logo. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna go possibly it's going on the corner of the comic book.
Ah, all right.
Yeah, that one is lightning. Pretty self-descriptive, to be honest. And then you have wind. Yeah, you can guess that one.
Yeah, you got water, right?
That's right. Gotta have water. And the fire, who is the leader and catalyst of the story. And for for the people who are interested, what you read on the pre-launch page, that is the overall that is the concept of the first arc of the story, but it's not what is going to be in the first volume. Okay, in this first volume, which as of right now is going to be 43 pages, you're going to have basically the story as it begins, them coming to our world and trying to adapt. Okay, there's going to be an event. Obviously, I tried to think of it as, how would superhuman beings come into our planet who do not have any intention of using their abilities and want to stay hidden from us? How would they acquire everything they need to start their lives? Okay, how are they going to acquire documents? How are they going to acquire money? How are they going to find a job, if they're going to find a job? How are they going to, how are they going to, where are they going to live? Because to live somewhere, you need documents, and to get documents, you need to be born. And if you're not born, then you need money. But if you don't have a job, you can't get money, and you can't get a job without documents. So
expats.
you see, so it's pretty easy to see, where that leads us, right? That leads us to illegal activity. That's right. So that's how they sort of start off, and that's what's going to be in the comic book that is being advertised.
Would you say this is considered present day Earth, or is it like further back in time, or even in the future?
It's present day. I don't want to date it.
All right.
So let's say I've spoken about this on a Sci-Fi for Me TV.
Wow.
And I told I said the future of this comic book is going to lead us to a story that is going to involve a little of everything, politics included, right? And but not the politics that we have come to grow and hate. I mean, politics that have to do with the story, right? And because of that, I thought I'm not going to use any real person, any real president. It's going to be a fictional president, for instance. That's just an example of how I don't want to date this comic book.
Right.
Yeah, it's modern time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fascinating. At first, I thought it was going to be like the elements come to Earth before the evolution of humans. But then I saw the cityscape of New York City, and I was like, oh, okay. It's like during the time of humans.
That's right. So the thing is, they actually created our planet. They created our planet. They created everything that you know in the universe. I actually had a guy that I was advertising this to. He said, I'm very Christian, and I don't feel like I can read this comic. I was like, all right. He said his father had passed away recently, so I respected that. But this concept is by no means trying to disrespect people who believe in God or anything like that. It's just a comic book. It's story. It's fiction. It's not to be taken too seriously. In this universe that I've created first, the creation are God. They have created the Earth, created the solar system, universe, every star, every nebula, everything you can think of. They have done it by combining their purpose, their duty, and they got tired of this lonely life space where they don't really back.
You're roboting.
Say again. You froze up for a minute.
You're roboting. So right. I was hearing like every third word or something like that.
So what did you hear?
I started losing you around when you were just discussing the book with a Christian man who lost his father recently.
Oh wow, that's you missed the whole thing. So yeah, he. I apologize. Yeah. So what I said after that was this book. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. If you are a faithful person, if you believe in God, if you're Christian, this is just a comic book. It's not to be taken seriously. It's it's just a fictional story. Just enjoy it for what it is, and stop getting offended over bullshit. So yeah. All right. So
yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, the world is what it is. Can we just read comics and enjoy them? At least the ones that are trying to be good, right? The comics that are trying to be good and are not trying to teach you a lesson or anything like that. So yeah, in this universe, the comics of creation have created everything that you can think of in the universe: planets, nebulas, galaxies, you name it. And after eons of doing this duties, they grew tired of it, and they decided to come to Earth. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Sketch Therapy, welcome. I like it. Just check the link. It's rare to get a lot of art on the sign up, so that's a good thing. Welcome back to McIntyre. Morning, peeps. Her name should be Moisture Elbow Cough. Workshop the logo. Maybe I take the perspective off the letter. It's not very legible. Workshop. The logo.
I think he means
creation.
I think he means Infinity Comics.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
the idea there is that it's exploding out of the ink bottle. So if I take off the perspective, as you say, it would be a tiny line coming out of the bottle. Right. I mean, I think it's pretty legible. I'm sorry that you find it difficult to read, but
I think it's legible. If I were to edit it a little, I might add more of I forget the terminology, the little bottom of the letter I,
right.
Make it a little more pronounced in the left side. But other than that, I think it looks fine.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like leave a little bigger gap between the letters.
Not a gap between the letters, but you know how
like the little shape. The little shape, you mean?
Yeah, when you draw a capital letter I, you've got a vertical line.
Yeah.
You have two horizontal lines. The bottom horizontal line, if you add a little more to the left side of it.
Yeah.
I know there's formal. Oh shit! Now I'm going to be trying to figure out what the hell that term was. It's not. It's not kerning. I think kerning is the spacing between letters. Crap. Dang it. All right.
Listen, I think we can all understand that feeling.
likes the name though. Yeah.
Thank you.
INKFINITY. It's pretty clever. How far into production are you with this project?
Honestly, we only have 6 pages. 6 pages, because what I did was I tried both avenues. I tried to pitch this project to comic book publishers, and I waited a few months, and now I think it's been long enough, and I am beginning to organize for crowdfunding. I always took that into account. I've been studying the crowdfunding scene for a while now, and so I've been trying to learn a few things about this. But how far into production? It's 6 pages so far. The vast majority of the goal, which is estimated right now, is going to be 15K, which is pretty high for a first timer.
It is.
But I don't really have a choice, because I'm gonna give you the numbers. So I won't be too specific, but I want to be, I want to be straightforward with my potential backers. My team is getting paid 8K out of that 15K. 8K is for them to produce 43 pages. So there's that to take into account. It won't take very long at all. 43 pages, that will be maybe 3 or 4 months, possibly even less if they're not that busy of drawing and coloring and stuff, because then they can just, once the artist is done with a page, you can just send it directly to the colorist and get on with it. So it won't take that long, very long at all. So that's how far into production we are.
So 43 pages, isn't it typically done in even numbers?
Yeah, so I say 43 pages, but I mean 43 pages of pure content so far. It was 46, but I condensed it because I realized, you see, originally, like I said, the plan was to pitch to publishers. So I wrote the story, the first arc, as a monthly title. It was about 20 to 25 pages. So it's got that rhythm, right? Sometimes across these comics that I've written, you encountered not filler, but things that are more, building up character, conversations to better understand them, how they think, their motives, their past, perhaps. And so I realized that if I'm going to put out a 40, one comic book like this through a crowdfunder, and it's going to cost, $25 plus shipping, it's going to be pure entertainment. All right. So I had to condense it to, get rid of the fluff, so to speak, and leave quality, quality over quantity. So yeah.
So are you looking at this to be a all-in-one story kind of thing, self-contained story, or are you still looking for this to become like several volumes long?
So as I'm thinking right now, it can be, well, depending on how my future campaigns will do, and that will depend on how this campaign does. Depending on that, as of right now, I am planning 4 volumes, right? And it's got to be 4 volumes. If you want a beautiful payoff, if you want to really enjoy the story, and you will enjoy it, all right? You will get the action, you will get superpowers, you will get amazing imagery in space, awesome creatures, great character development, and that type of storytelling that we don't get so much from mainstream comics anymore. Then you gotta, it takes time to develop those characters.
Okay.
Yeah, but if let's say this crowdfunder does way better than I anticipated, or the next crowdfunder when I launch it does way better than I anticipated, then it could, instead of 3, I might just do, let's say, instead of 4, sorry, I might just do 3, let's say. So I might publish the second half of this first arc as my next campaign, and then the second arc, which is sort of the finale of the story. You need both to get a full pay like a payoff out of this whole story. Then I might as well just publish that in one go, and that's depending on how the campaigns do.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, you are absolutely capable of enjoying these comic books as they are. You will be very happy with what you get. Like I said, they're going to be 43, 44, however many pages of pure quality and entertaining content, and it will be a sort of like a story of its own. You can enjoy on its own, but it will end on sort of like a cliffhanger that hopefully you will want to buy the next comic book.
So 4 volumes total, and each volume will be roughly 43 pages.
Yes, as of right now, this is estimating my position at as I am right now. But if like I said, the projects take off, then we can do more pages. We can do maybe 100 pages, and so it's all depending on whether the backers will be there for it or not.
And you said, did I hear you right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The total budget, the funding goal is 16,000 or 15,000?
Sorry, say that again.
Did you say the funding goal is 15 or 16,000?
15.
15, and then 8,000 of it is for the hired talent, and then the rest, I presume, is for printing.
Printing,
shipping, and the time you put into writing the story.
No, I am not. I'm not getting anything from this. That was never in the cards. I was never really concerned about paying myself for this, because I understand that the potential backers, they need a good story first, and so I need to build that kind of trust, and that professional identity. And then maybe next crowdfunder I can think of paying myself a couple $100. But as of right now, that's not really my concern.
Okay. And are you, when it comes to printing and fulfilling, are you doing it yourself, or are you going to hire a company?
So I'm looking into that. We had a chat with Critical Blast just yesterday about doing that, and I'm still trying to figure the whole thing out. It's the first campaign, and I am in the UK, which makes it more complicated for me because 70% of backers are in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say anyway. So it changes things as opposed that if I was in the United States. So we're still trying to figure that out a little bit.
Right.
I might use somebody like Critical Blast, for instance, or I might just use Royal Mail, which is the British parcel sender.
Yeah, I mean, some excuse me, some CGers are partnering up with people in other countries to help with the fulfillment locally. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely an option too, to cut down on your shipping costs. Better catch up on chat. Sketch says, so they're alien spies like Coneheads meets Men in Black meets 007?
Not quite. They're not spies. They just want to live on Earth. They just want to experience life because they are lonely up there in space. These are siblings. I don't think I've mentioned that. These are all siblings. They're brothers and sisters, and they were born from sort of the true creators of all things, the father and the mother of all things. I'm not going to say who they are, but if you think about it, you can guess. And they're lonely and depressed, and they just want human warmth. They want to belong. They want, the things that we all want. Just because they're cosmic beings, that doesn't make it different for them. So that's what they are. They're not spies. They're not spies.
I like it. It sounds interesting.
Thank you.
It's a really cool idea.
Thank you.
People hate current day politics, not discussions on the structure of society, unless it's very biased, instead of adding perspectives.
That's right.
Full robo. I am Christian too, but I read all kinds of comics. I am able to separate entertainment from my religious beliefs.
That's right.
It's like there's a reason why there's both fiction and nonfiction. You just gravitate to the one you're interested in.
That's right.
Can't understand him. He's going robo. Yeah, that's when your mic was going.
Oh, earlier on, yeah.
Robotic. Mic is screwed up. Sounds clear now. Tell him to stop uploading stuff and moving live streams. Upload bandwidth. Excuse me. I'm Christian. I have God. Why would I be hurt by words?
That's right. I was reading in the chat. I think Sketch Therapy was mentioning about, what was it? Let me see. Let me find it. I'm not using my laptop right now, so it's a little difficult to.
Oh, no problem. While you're looking for that, I'll just keep reading. If I called myself Christian believer in all-powerful God, but said words hurt him, I'd be an oxymoron, not just a regular one.
That's right.
INKFINITY is a cool name.
Thank you.
Legible to me. I'm looking at it as a logo to you. I'm no expert. Ask people who know logos. You're the boss of your stuff. I'm just trying to be constructive. I could be wrong. Welcome, Dillard Draws. WyzGyz is crazy. Finally lost his mind. The logo looks perfect.
No, I can see how both, anyone who would see something with a logo not being very clear or legible. I can see that. It's something that we can discuss with my letterer.
I mean,
Definitely.
overall, I think it looks just fine. I mean, that was only like if I were to try and provide some kind of feedback on it.
Oh yeah. But you can always improve upon things, right?
Yeah, I mean, just to further make it clear that's not a letter T instead of an I.
That's right. That's a good point.
You're always helpful, mate. Hope you're doing well, bud. Sign up for Columns of Creation. Thank you for dropping the link. Awesome.
Thank you, Eric.
Dillard knows what he's talking about. Oh, that's true. He is a pro. The Alex Ross of CG. Hey, Dave. I let the house get messy. I'm cleaning up and organizing, doing laundry and stuff. Took a break and found you guys. We're still in, Dave. Yeah, I'm good. That's something I should do. I should clean up myself. The logo isn't perfect. Nothing is perfect. Don't be a brown noser. That doesn't help anyone. This is deceitful business way. Oh, God.
Yes, definitely.
That would be harsh. Maybe you were kidding. Hello. Who is the artist and colorist? The art looks good.
So the artist, his name is Mattia Monaco. You can find him on Instagram as Matt Oppenheimer. He's actually working on a comic book for Aftershock called Knock Him Dead. It was advertised by the Hollywood Reporter as well. I think Aftershock. Yeah, I think Aftershock has some kind of deal with the Hollywood Reporter because they often get their comics advertised by them.
Wow.
But yeah, he's very gifted. And the colorist is just as gifted. I am very much in love with my colorist. I think for somebody to improve on art as good as that, you need to be really amazing. And he is amazing. His name is Carlos Moreno. Again, you find him on Instagram as well. If you click on these images when you guys go on my profile, if you'd like to, you find their I've linked them under every image. I give there you go. That's Matt right there. In the color version, you will find both Matt's handle and Carlos' handle.
Matt.
That's light.
Oops. Matt. Oh, there they are. Durr.
So actually, this is an interesting image. This is obviously the one on the left is the official cover, and the one on the right is the cover that I had drawn back in the day. That's my art, not my colors. I hired another colorist for that. But I posted it to show the difference, between professional artist and colorist and a wannabe like me. Sometimes you just have to pick your battles and just do the thing that you're the best at. And I think I'm out of all things, maybe I'm better at writing. Certainly enjoy it more. So that's what I picked.
Okay, so I'm sorry, the left one is your original?
No, the right one.
The right one is your original art.
Yeah. That's the one I had drawn, and then and actually my artist used that as a reference, to draw the cover. I think you could see it maybe in the position of the characters and stuff. But he turned it around, man. I mean, look at that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Don't promise more pages. Yeah, you don't want to overextend yourself.
That's right.
Your first book. Welcome, Timothy Olson. Just sent you a link to my comic book. Alex, isn't the names are small on the screen right now? Well, yeah, that's why I dropped it in chat just a minute or two ago. Not unless it's a high stretch goal. Well, okay. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, if it's a high stretch goal, then
there won't be any more pages. There will be 43, 44 pages. It is 43 pages of content, and I'm thinking stretch goals. There might be about three stretch goals. They might be trading cards as well. We'll see. There's still a long time before the launch of the campaign. I just launched the pre-launch a few weeks ago, so I have like just less than 6 months still to go.
Yes.
So
yeah,
it's plenty of time.
Yep.
You went on the video earlier. That's the trailer for the comic book. So whenever you want, you can take a look at it.
I'll jump to it and play it from the other screen because I think it's going to be bigger.
Don't rush.
Trust also comes from your ability to hit the mark. Don't overpromise. Your art is good. Making additions to pages, a high stretch goal. Pages is the hardest thing to make and may unduly stretch the story.
Yeah, there won't be any additional pages. I might have explained myself wrong earlier. That is not in the cards for this first volume.
Yeah, let's see here. Oh, yeah, he's suggesting John Malin is starting into publishing. So if you want to, he has his price list available, so you can consider reaching out to him. He's at JONMALIN, all one word. And you may have heard of him. He's released books, Graveyard Shift.
Yeah, I know John Malin. I mean, I know him as much as I know anyone else in CG or crowdfunding. Yeah, I knew that he was putting out some kind of publishing company, and I did go to the website, I believe, but I didn't really find it. Say again?
He's doing fulfillment. I know that much. I don't know if he's doing the coordination with the printing, or if you just coordinate, sending the digital file to the printer, and then it gets sent to him, and then he fulfills for you in the U.S. I'm not sure that's how it works exactly. Zach says Royal Mail is awesome. So far, I haven't had any issues receiving stuff via Royal Mail. Let's see. Yeah, thank you for dropping the link, Eric.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Thank you so much.
It's only Men in Black meets Coneheads. Gotcha.
I'm not. I don't want to say something bad, but I'm not familiar with Coneheads.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Is it an older?
I think it was in the 80s. I want to say it's an 80s movie. It's comedy with Dan Aykroyd and what's her name? Jane or Judy? I think it's Jane something or other. It was quite entertaining. It's like aliens from another planet visit Earth, and they want to, integrate into Earth's.
I've probably seen some. I've seen imagery of this. Seen imagery of this.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah, it's not like that though. It's those properties have a comedic aspect to them. This is not like that. There certainly is a little comedy, but from mostly one character, light is kind of like the the comic relief of the story. I don't want to pull on MCU. The MCU got a lot of things right, but one thing that I never liked is that everybody's funny, and there's always jokes constantly. That's what they did to Star Wars as well in those Kathleen Kennedy movies.
Yeah.
So if everybody's funny, nobody's funny anymore. So a little comedy goes a long way, I think. Anyway, that's my opinion. Thank you, Dave.
A sketch card for signing up looks sick. Sign up so you don't miss it. And just a reminder of what card that is.
Yes, it is a trading card of
Paradox.
Yeah, the most badass villain in indie comics.
That is some amazing artwork.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dillard was busting your chops for criticizing the logo, so I busted his chops by calling him a brown noser. But sometimes I'm worse than I mean to be.
It's all good.
I get it. Did you bet my book? You had some real good talent for the art. Yeah, that's a fact.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because back then you had to, when you're finding, the team members, you need to make sure that they will be available to do the project when the time comes as well. So I had to craft a contract. I've never done a contract in my life. I had to look into all of these things, and it was hard work, and it's still hard work with the campaign. The campaign is going to be quite complicated, I think.
Let's see. So is this a comic book or a book where here's a picture and a little blurb about the picture?
It's a comic book. It's a comic book, and it's I like to think a mighty fine one at that. You might think differently, but back it and see for yourself. I mean, look, if anything sells a comic book, it's the art. I think the art is pretty awesome. The colors are awesome, and you enjoy the concept. A few other people have, so give it a shot. Give it a shot, and tell your friends, other people that are into indie comics. If they like kind of superhero stories that are character driven, go for it.
Yeah, it's definitely a comic book. It's not what they might have been thinking was more of an art book. It's not an art book.
It's because we haven't really shown them the pages yet. So
no, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Sketch was just asking.
Go on. I'm reading, yeah.
Timothy's book and stuff. Don't have to. Yeah, that's Melvin #1, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Check out Melvin #1. Oh yeah, there you go. Let's see that. Shoot, where was I? All right, so by golly, where was I? Sometimes if I'm not careful, I fall behind. it's hard to catch.
Oh yeah, go on.
All right, so you guys could. Oh, you know what? I think I might have misspoke. I don't think Malin's publishing. I think he's mainly he's doing fulfillment for other creators.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, Eric, I believe you are right that it's fulfillment solely.
Right.
I think the publishing is still being done by the big companies like Mixam and whoever else creators are using, like the local printers, for example.
Yeah.
And then CG is trying to do some facilitation when it comes to the fulfillment, because we're trying to cut down the costs of shipping. And in order to do so, it makes more sense to have people team up in different countries so that they fulfill locally.
That's smart.
Yeah. So, the biggest ones that we have to overcome are probably US to UK and vice versa, US to Australia and vice versa.
Yeah, biggest hurdle. But I think another thing that eventually will conquer is the rate at which we publish through crowdfunding.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know about the amount of content, because only big publishers can afford to publish a 20-page book for $5 a month. Like, obviously we can't publish monthly through crowdfunding, and therefore we can't possibly afford. Sorry, we can't possibly afford to charge such a small amount of money for 20 pages of comic book, because if you are doing everything, if you're not me and you're doing everything and you're being awesome at it, then maybe you can afford it. But if you are the writer and creator and you have to pay an artist and you have to pay a colorist and you have to pay a letterer, then it's just not feasible, man.
Speaking of which, in order to get all this content that you have now created, are you basically funding this out of your own pocket, right now?
No.
Is that how you got all this content created?
No, this what you're seeing here. Yes, I've paid for that. These promo pieces, so these will go in the trading cards. The trailer, I paid somebody to do that trailer. I paid somebody to sculpt a 3D sculpture of fire, because I'm thinking of doing sculptures in the future.
Ooh.
Yes, you actually, if you come out of that and go down a little bit and keep going. That right there on the left, stop. Top left. Higher. That's
oh my
it.
gosh.
Yeah, so
Whoa. Oh my
sculpture of fire.
Oh,
yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. But these, obviously, now that I understand crowdfunding a little better, to understand it really good, I need to do 2 campaigns. I know that. I know that this is just not feasible right now, but it could be feasible in the future if people rally around this project. I could produce these. I could buy a 3D printer and I could print these myself and send them as they are, and you can paint them or just leave them colorless. But that's something that could happen in the future.
How big is this? Oh, are you still there?
Well, I have no idea, because can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I thought I was roboting again for a second. I don't know. I'm gonna say, like, if we print, one day if we print it, it will be like that, like a little gracious.
When you hired this modeler to create this, Did you get the digital file as part of the deal?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
Nice. This
I did, of course.
pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
SNL. It's from SNL. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Coneheads started out as a Saturday Night Live skit.
All right.
Welcome Wolverine. It was an old school SNL sketch. Gods, man. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys.
Hey, you can't know everything, man.
The legendary Chris Farley was in it too. Yeah.
So, I wanted to show you the pages of the comic book, all 6 pages that we have so far.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see here. What an interesting name for a comic. You don't have to highlight every comment. It drags the show out. It can be unrelated. Just pick the gems to make the show shine. Yeah, you can have some stuff sent straight to mail-in. Royal Mail might be better for international. You might need extra help on your second campaign, but not the first. You won't have the volume to need a multinational operation. Well, that's true. Go see Zach's videos on self-shipping. Also see EVS. He is huge, and he does it himself.
Yeah.
Zach says good things about Royal.
Zach, as in ya boy Zach.
Yeah. Melvin
Ah,
looks cool, like something I would have backed. Hopefully the next campaign will be worldwide. Good luck.
it is worldwide.
I'm
It is.
wondering if I don't know if they're referring to yours or if they're referring to Melvin #1.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah. Sculpture on the screen is so cool. Yeah, having lagging problems. Yeah, let's get those pages.
All right. So if you just come out of this image, by the way, thank you for like doing this rather than have me do it, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not on my laptop, so it's not super easy for me right now. So if you
Oh, go ahead.
right, so you see, so if you start from there, right, stop right there. That one on the right, that's on the right.
Right here?
On the left, in the middle, the one in the middle. That's it. That's it. So this is page 1. All right. And you can find all of this stuff and more on my website, www, I like to say it, .columnsofcreation.com. If you guys are interested in mythology and like you find a whole bunch of stuff about the characters, their parents, and things that are they're pivotal for the future of this comic book. And you will find these pages maybe in higher resolution on there. So this is page 1.
Would you prefer I go to your website over Instagram?
No, I think Instagram will do for now.
All right.
I think it shows the pages just fine. So if you click on the right, we can see page 2. Oh. Actually, that's not page 2. Because that would be a little bit of a shocker. Maybe it's better. Yes, maybe it's better if you go on the website, if you don't mind. Right. Unless, again, I can just share my screen for that. There you go. Thank you. So if you scroll down a little bit, obviously you have the trailer there. We can watch the trailer in a bit. The cover.
Wow. Oh, pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
There's some description on the story. Oh, and then it does like a slideshow.
If you go down, you can actually, if you see it on the top of the page, there are other pages. There is one called Colors versus Black and White. Do you see it?
Oh, there it is.
That's it. So right there, you should be able to click on each individual page, and it should. That's it. So that's page 1.
Let me see. I wonder, do I do it? Right arrow, up, scroll. All right.
Page 2. Page 3.
I really like this image in the top right.
Yeah, me too.
The eye.
Me too. I think it really captures the naivete, and and a childlike desire of living like us in Fire's character. It's very sweet. And so you see, he's observing us doing what we see as mundane things, but to him, they're not mundane, right? He's never tasted a thing in his life. He's never touched, his skin is on fire. He's never touched a body and felt its warmth. And these are the things that they seek, and that's why they come to our world.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, but as sweet a premise as that may be, things get, like I said, dicey. They get quite dicey. Yeah, so those are the black and white versions. If you're into that, I'm also thinking maybe in the future I might do something like that, a process kind of book. I know that people are into that, but that's for the future.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's check out the trailer. Actually,
All right.
Let me go to the other one.
Before you play, I just want to say the trailer is the single, it's my favorite thing out of the whole thing, because it compiles everything that we've worked on so far, except for maybe these promo pieces. So I'm very proud of it. Very proud of it.
Oh, very nice. All right. Did you put together the trailer?
No, I didn't. It was a friend of mine, actually. But we discussed, what I wanted. I chose the song, and because the song of a trailer is very important. I mean, if you want to get the vibe of the story through the song, then it's important. And I said, I want the images to sort of bounce out rhythmically with the beat of the music. And he did a great job. It's just, he just went above and beyond my expectations.
Nice. Let me see. What is the website so I can link it? It's columnsofcreation.com. I don't know if it requires the www in front of it, but when I dropped the link, I included the www in it. Let's see here. Didn't. Oh, all right. There's the one for the Indiegogo campaign. Is the demon-looking guy also one of the elementals?
All right. I can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry about that. Just give me one split second. Yes.
All right.
All right. 1 second.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it is. But we'll find out from him when he returns.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. There's it's a strange thing happening in this house. When we use the microwave, the internet stops working. It's insane. I don't know what the hell is going on. But you know, I can't ask my housemates to stop. You know,
the microwaves are at the same frequency as your.
I can't believe it. So yeah.
Is the demon-looking guy also one of the elementals?
Yeah, he's dark. So obviously you have you know, fire, water, earth, and air. In my case, called wind. And I added light, dark, and lightning to the elements because you know, I got a bit inspired by Umbrella Academy as well, and I like the idea of a big group of siblings that are very different from each other, and they are kind of dysfunctional in that sense, you know, because the bigger they are, the more dysfunctional they are. I think we all have that as an experience when it comes to our family and relatives and stuff.
That's a cool point. The art is very good.
Thank you.
What up, Jumps? I'm back. I can see myself back in this.
Yeah, well, I would love that. Thank you.
Sandwich, what? Sandwich looks good. Sandwich is a cool name for a villain. I just ate a basic burrito, but the bacon had a lot of chewy fat. Oh man, that sucks. I love bacon, but you don't want all that chewy fat in it.
By the way, I can only do another maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay,
that's okay. Sorry
all
about
right.
that.
Thanks for the heads up.
No problem.
Now we got a bacon debate.
What's the debate?
We'll have to do another a stream that's specifically about bacon.
Oh my god! No, guys, stop.
Does this book have anything to do with the pillars of creation, like that space dust?
Yes, actually, as a matter of fact, it does. Years ago, I actually wanted to be a singer, and I came up with a name for an album that was Columns of Creation, and it was based on the image that I saw. There is an image on Google. If you search Pillars of Creation, of these like nebulas, like pillar-shaped nebulas that are I don't know what they are exactly. Some kind of something like the origin of the universe. Yeah, those ones. So that's sort of like where the concept came from. The columns of creation are the creators of the universe. They support the universe. They sustain it.
That's trippy looking stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric.
Oh, yeah. Remember, folks, always mute your mic when you go away from keyboard. That guy's wearing short pants. That's a powerful microwave.
Yeah.
Whoa.
My pants. No, they're not that short. It's obviously if you stand up, obviously they're a little, you know. It's okay, guys. Nothing nothing you can't unsee. You'll be fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Shorts.
This is only my second, sort of maybe third stream, so I didn't really think of stopping the cam or muting my mic, but you know, it's a learning curve.
Well, I appreciate being among the first to have you on.
And I appreciate it. I'm really enjoying this.
All right. Very cool. So since you're looking at 43 pages, I presume you're going perfect bound? Floppy with staples?
I'm not sure about that yet. We will see. We will see. I don't mind stapled, to be honest with you. I like that look, and I like perfect bound. I know that perfect bound sounds better, more fancy, but I think they're both. There's a place for both. So we'll see. We'll see in a little bit what the decision will be. But I'll do more streams, obviously, and I will keep the potential backers updated about this type of decision making.
Oh, sure, absolutely. You're doing well, Alejandro.
Thank you, thank you.
Are you making the rounds on the different streams, Alex?
I am, and it's not, it's not a cup of tea, because I think we all have lives, partners, gym, jobs. So trying to juggle with all of that and make it all work, it's not easy, but I will make it work.
You made it on WyzGyz. That made it.
Yeah, that's right. The best stream there is.
Trying to blush. No. Hit up that's Michael right. Bancroft, Red Valkyrie, Death Metal Hero. They all take guests regularly. Yep.
All right. I will watch this back, because this will be forgotten in the next maybe 30 seconds. I will watch this again and take notes of both my behavior and also.
No, and also, yeah. Yeah. And I have a number of other promoters who can help too. Let's see here.
Thank you.
What is this gym you speak of?
It's basically, it's a place, it's a location where you go and you do a bunch of movements in a short period of time. Usually you're straining yourself as much as possible, and when you come out, you've lost a little bit of weight. Yes.
Yeah. If you're lucky enough to whittle away a cupcake.
That's right.
Peter Samedi does open mic for artists on his stream.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big fan of Peter. I've submitted this comic to him as well. Still waiting on a reply, because he's busy. He's working on his campaign.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for his response before I show up with the very same comic that I've submitted to him on Open Mic Monday. So if he says no, then it's perfectly fine. And then I will definitely go on Open Mic Monday.
Yeah, and also Rosetta Allen, Fizzgiggity, aka Piper, Mandy Summers.
Mandy also has people on?
Yeah, all the time.
Fun. She's a
John.
blast.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
She's a blast.
John Malin, his CG Presents. Um, he and I are kind of like the opposite ends of the spectrum. With him, you get 5 to 10 minutes. So you want to have your elevator speech ready, and you want to have your trailer ready to play. So you want to be comfortable doing share screen.
Yes.
And me, I'm on the other end where I like to do long streams.
Yeah, it's more of a relaxing. Yeah, but I think people dig that. People like long streams. Besides, you can't really get all of this in 5 minutes. You can't. And more importantly, you don't get to understand and sort of know the creator. Because if I'm learning anything from indie comics right now and ComicsGate is that the backers need to trust the creator. So the creator is key towards the success of the crowdfunder. So the more time is probably a better option, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there are great aspects to both methods. Let's see here. Hey, the one and honorable stencil artist Yen. Hail to the chat. Hail INKFINITY.
Hail to you.
Oh, so a gym is a toilet.
That's right. Well, gyms have toilets in them. I would not suggest use them as toilets.
That sounds like too much effort. I'll do my streaming up.
Everyone was this toilet. Don't do that.
Gym sounds like a pyramid stream. Which spectrum we talking? Oh man. All right. So let's check out this trailer once more. Then we'll close things up. Sweet.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Looks really good. Looks really cool.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Short streams are just for looking at the book. Longer streams is where you get to know the creators. That's essentially for selling your book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing long streams. They're just so much fun. Yep, there's a sign up.
Thank you again, Eric.
Yeah, it says great trailer.
Thank you.
This looks very good, Alex. I'm loving the art. I have one more question. Will it be? Oh, all right. Yeah, we already briefly went over this. Will it be perfect bound or stapled?
Yeah.
It's being considered, but you're leaning more towards stapled, right? You prefer or enjoy stapled?
Well, it's not about what I prefer. Going forward, doing other streams, long streams like this one, I'll ask the chat. And let's see what they think. I might put some polls on Twitter and Instagram and see what they prefer. So nothing's set in stone for now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, my preference is perfect bound, in part because it stands easier on its own in a bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, either way. I mean, if it's bagged and boarded, then I guess I could lean it if I had to. But I developed a real liking for perfect bound. I am giving you the floor. Would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Yes, thank you so much for that. So you guys can find me on Instagram at Alejandro_VS. You spell that as ALEANDRO_VS. And the same on Twitter. Or you can go on that website, and that is comsocreation.com, and you'll find all those links on there and a lot of other things. So that's and of course go on the pre-launch page. Streams has been the link has been posted in the chat many times, and sign up to get a free trading card of the villain. Yeah, and thank you for watching, and thank you, WyzGyz, for having me.
No problem at all. Let me see here. Excuse me. Stapled is easier to open. I personally prefer stapled. Well, that's true too. Yeah. It all depends on the thickness, like everything in life.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't really offer my opinions on such things, but I feel if it's a graphic novel, I don't want staples.
All right. Well, we'll reconvene about that, definitely. But thank you so much.
I'm definitely backing now.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube under WyzGyz Entertainment. You can find me on Twitch at WyzGyz Twitches, on Twitter at WyzGyz Tweets or WyzGyz Tweets. And like, comment, subscribe, mark the bell for notifications. Be sure and mark all notifications, so hopefully you get notified one of these days when there's a stream or video. And drop some comments down below the video and let us know what you're most excited about on this specific project, Columns of Creation. Y'all have, I want to thank everyone in chat. You guys are freaking awesome. You guys rock. Thanks to everyone who watches this on replay. And thanks to our very special guest, Alejandro, aka Alex.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hail the chat. Let's wrap it up. Oh, there it goes. Oh, well. Typo.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the ComicsGate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.